welcome back to Crits and Knits, the real episode 18 this time, we think.
We think. We'll find out.
I mean, we shouldn't get quite as distracted, although we might because we have everyone here tonight.
It's the first time in forever.
Well, this is the first
It's
time
been 84
ever,
years.
because Greg came in after E had to
Oh, that's true.
disappear for a little bit.
We had one time together.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, because I was out.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, this is the
Yeah.
first time we've had everyone all together, which is fantastic.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
I think we need to hug or something.
We can't hug this.
Bring it in.
I refuse. Get your hands off me.
Sorry. Consensual hugs only.
Yep. So yeah, we're here.
Excuse me.
Have we been knitting? I see that E has been knitting. You want to tell us about what you got?
Yes, since I didn't get to do the year in review, I'm going to do my year in review.
Year in review.
Dun,
So
dun,
as you can see, I
dun.
finished my shawl that I was working on forever. With
The
a
Shawl of
hood.
Doom.
The Shawl of Doom. It turned out lovely and squishy, and it's
love
perfect for when I'm working on my computer and I don't want to go turn the heat on.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yay.
It's just, even with all the trouble I had, I love it.
Woohoo.
And then I have my hat that I
Ooh,
did at
it
the beginning of the year.
looks so good.
It looks
I love-
amazing.
I
I
love
love
that
the
pattern.
blue.
Yeah.
I did
Hang
that
on, my
hat
pizza's
last
arriving.
year. Uh-oh,
Oh.
go get the pizza.
Food.
Thank you.
Yay.
You had food flown into you. That's even better.
That is fantastic.
True love.
What
Top
kind of
tip, live
pizza?
with your parents. Um, cheese. Pizza Hut cheese pizza, not a sponsor.
Yeah, good.
Yet.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, Pizza Hut.
Could you imagine the show getting sponsored by Pizza Hut?
Or
You know,
If they write a TTRPG, I'm down.
I would do whatever they want me to do for pizza.
Sometimes I can't find what I need in my hole, but I always know the Pizza Hut is there for me.
It's $6.99 delivery fees. They will deliver to any.
How many
Including
pizzas
the
can you
big
fit in
one.
your hole?
Oh my god.
I mean, I know you're all joking, but I've been listening to ad reads on some of the things that I listen to, and I'm like, this is no worse than some of those ad reads.
really
Those are
not.
real.
When I use my magical curse play, I only want the best pizza. Pizza Hut.
Domino's. No, I'm just kidding.
If you're going to be cursed to eat all of it,
You might as well make sure there's enough grease for everybody.
oh goodness.
And then I got a brilliant idea that I was gonna knit my own Owen costume.
I love that.
Yes.
So I have bracers that I finished and one greave.
Yay!
nice.
I have about this much on the second one, but all this fiddly little cable work
bits.
makes my hands cramp.
Yeah.
So I have to take little breaks from that. And then from our very first forever ago, literally a year ago now, featured designer, I have my Up Next socks. As
Oh,
designed by
yeah.
Kino
love
Knits
those.
that I wear all the time because they're so snuggly.
Yeah, I love it.
And then I sent some stuff to Greg and I sent some stuff to a Deweese child. And
Look at all those baby
that
hats.
is
Hell yeah.
it.
Hell yeah.
This is what you sent to Greg.
Yes.
This handful of prettiness.
Aw.
Or bibes.
Oh,
For the
babies.
bits.
It's
Yeah,
raining
like my local
hats.
hospitals were like, no thanks. And I'm like, okay.
It's like I know a guy.
Pretty
no
much what I said.
thanks. Jesus.
I mean, I get it, but
Yeah.
But-
let me help you.
Yes. Yeah.
So my
Holy
current
shit.
project is the other greave, and then I am not frantically because there's no timeline on it, but I am crocheting granny
Ooh.
squares.
Nice.
There we go. It's 3 shades of purple and black, and they're going to be sewn together to make a coat for my dog.
Aw.
Hell yeah.
Love
So
it.
cute.
Yay.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Well, all right.
Now I'm going to go dark so I can eat my
Beautiful.
pizza.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah,
Who else has
I'll
stuff
be
to
here.
talk about?
I am still working on the never-ending scarf.
And you will be forever and ever.
Apparently, but we're on to a new color.
Which is
Yay!
fantastic.
In what, 2 years now?
Damn.
Look,
Man, if
God.
looks
Time
can
is-
kill,
time is a
Right.
fairly meaningless construct. You do you, DB. You do you.
It's this will be my forever mistake scarf
Oh.
because I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to use the whole skein when I started this because I was still new. So here we are on day, I don't know, I think I'm on 12 now.
Well, yay.
Also, you know how Danny's needles started falling apart? My needles have fallen apart. And they are coming out at the little spot. I actually pulled it completely out and I went, ah. But they hadn't fallen off because they were farther on the cable. I just have to be careful.
Yes.
That's where I'm at right now.
And depends on what the brand is and how old they are. You can sometimes write to the company and get them replaced. The ones that fell apart on me were too old. I got them in like 2010, so they were out of warranty.
I only started.
solid 13
All right.
years of use. I think that's
Danny,
fair.
can you tell us what the average warranty on needles would be?
I know Nitpicks has I think it's a 1-year warranty.
Oh,
It
yeah,
might be
these are
2
older
years.
than that.
But I don't know about some of the other companies.
I feel like it's a good knitting, like, weird fact. Like how long is a warranty on knitting needles? How long do you expect to, like, get your knitting needles replaced if they just fall apart? It's really interesting.
And I suspect Danny's needles get a lot more use than the average knitter as well.
Well, I have switched to mostly using interchangeable needles. So if a cable dies, I just get a new cable.
Well, that's the thing, is this is an interchangeable cable.
Oh,
Yeah, so I think I may have another one this long, but I just have to dig through all my stuff to find it.
okay.
But also then transferring the whole thing over
Ooh,
without dropping needles.
I can talk you through how to do that because I
Okay.
have done that. I've changed from one set of needles to another.
I know how to change from one set to another because I had to do it for the hats.
But you'll essentially do that.
Okay.
But we'll talk through how to do that in interchangeables. It's not as bad as it sounds. I promise. I promise. It's not as bad as it sounds. She doesn't believe me.
Look at that face.
Such a doubtful face.
Mm-hmm.
So she said about Magic Loop, and I still don't fucking understand it.
We'll try it again in person. You'll eventually get there. There will be one moment where it goes, oh, and it makes perfect sense. I did not get it the first few times I tried it. So.
In other news, I have a jar of pain, which is just every project that isn't done yet.
Okay.
And then in a completely different cup, my Ghostface cup is a bunch of projects that haven't been started yet.
Okay.
So, one of these days I'll get through all of that.
Yeah.
No,
No.
one of these
Every
days you'll
day.
fill them up.
You're going to need a bigger cup.
and a bigger jar.
Uh-huh. Yep.
You need a container for completed projects
Oh, yeah.
so you can see the progress you've made.
That's called a trash can.
Oh, that
No,
is
you
how
need
Divi
to be able
rolls.
to see it.
Yeah, just a piece of paper so that you transfer it from to be started to never going to finish the damn thing to I finally did.
I already know the one that's going on that I'm never going to finish the damn thing. This was supposed to be done last year for Christmas and the year before for Christmas.
It's a
And
nice,
this year for Christmas.
nice thing about Christmas. It comes around every year.
I am
Yeah, but
still working on the podcast blanket that I started back when I was still streaming from upstairs, which was
Yeah.
at least 4 years ago.
The green
The
one.
that was going to drape over the back of the recliner that I sat in so that I could.
I don't feel like it was. I don't feel like that was 4 years ago because you did it while we were streaming Roll for Weird, and that has because I remember very specifically it being covered by the feathers.
Yeah, so closer to 3 years, but
Oh, we started that in 2020, so
yeah,
it was like April 2020.
So coming
because that was when the Extra Life was.
No, because we started it way before that, because we started it basically at pandemic, because you and I were talking and you were like, hey, I need a distraction. I was like, do you want me to run a one shot? And you were like, would you? And that's how our friendship started. And then Extra Life, Adam was like, hey, would you mind running Monster of the Week
again
for Extra Life? And I went, sure. And then we didn't finish it in Extra Life because it was an amount. And then we finished it. And then I get, hey, how do you guys feel about this being a thing? And I'm like, and everybody else said yes. And I was like, well, now I'm obligated to say yes.
You're never obligated. If you're not happy with it, it's never a requirement. It's meant to be for fun.
I can't say no if the majority of the class is like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Aww.
Peer pressure is real.
That's fair.
True. Very true. But it's okay.
Thank God it's peer pressure for podcasts and, I don't know, not drugs.
I feel like you have enough self-control to say no to drugs. Probably.
Depends on the drug.
And on that
That's fair.
That's how I get you hooked on knitting.
Yes, that's how you got most of us hooked on knitting. Peer
pressure. Yeah.
I mean,
Danny is. Don't let Danny fool you. She's not so sweet.
Oh, look, drugs are probably cheaper than my yarn collection at this point.
That entirely tracks. I'm looking at the cake that you sent me, and I'm just over here like that's handworked stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Danny
hand spun. That'll be hand knitted. That'll be fantastic when you're done with it.
I'm actually kind of terrified to touch it, to be honest.
I'm also just thinking about all of the things that Danny has ever made and just the man hours that all of those take.
I'm sitting here staring at a sweater and a tank top.
Well, I haven't
upstairs yet.
I have a really cute shawl thing that I need to figure out where to wear it and with what. That Danny sent me, and I'm just like, I'm also worried about it getting ruined when I'm out and about. So I'm like, it's safe. It's in the safe place.
Yay!
Show off the pretty thing.
It arrived. That makes me happy. I love when it gets there safely.
It's so soft and snuggly, and it has a waist tie, and I love it.
The optional belt.
It hasn't migrated upstairs because it's been effing cold in the Bay Area lately, which is why I'm wearing like 3 shirts.
Yeah,
jealous.
That's.
I'll trade you.
Well, it's only been like 65 here, but
I'll trade you. That's a nice, comfortable temperature.
Yes.
Nope, it's getting too hot.
The thing is my office, for some awful reason, is always 10 degrees hotter than the rest of the house. So my mom's like, it's not hot. And I was like, come here. And she walks in and she's like, oh God. And then, so I opened my window. It's been a very windy day today. The wind blew down my pride flag. It blew a picture of me and my girlfriend off the wall. And I went, the wind? Homophobic.
The wind is so homophobic. Holy hell.
Wow.
I was over here like, really?
Man, that blows.
Oh. So, Greg, what have you been knitting?
All right.
Transition away from the dad jokes.
Maybe. I finished my bag of sorting, but I don't have it with me. It's somewhere else. I don't know. But
I forgot I did that too.
Oh.
Yay! So that is finished and fun. And so now I don't have enough dice sets for it. So I'm working on, because it feels inadequate. The dice that I put in there, they feel lonely. I think last time we talked, I talked about how I was going to enter. I was going to knit up something for my daughter's dance competition. Well, I am proud to say that at the dance competition, I got a trophy.
That's awesome.
Woo!
And I really love telling people that I got a trophy at a dance competition, at my daughter's dance competition, and then I tell them it was first place for art, and they're like, "Oh, art!" And it was
All right.
the it was this Irish moss stitch beanie
That's nice.
that I finished up. Yeah, I knitted it up in a couple of days and put a big old pom pom on it, and then it hangs out on my glass head, which is awesome.
I like it.
So
Neat.
yes, it was great. I got to compete, and not against 10-year-old girls. It was it
That's
was in the adult
important.
category. Yes, I guess I don't want to crush the spirits of preteen.
No.
I mean, all that dancing you do. Yeah,
That's
just
right.
kill them.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So so that's it for now. Oh, look,
like
you got your
it.
back of sorting E.
It's my bag of sorting that I accidentally dropped upside down, so everything got a little mixed up. But
Oh,
Whoops.
it's
mostly stayed in the good place. Or the
it
right
sounds so
places.
full.
It looks so full.
Yeah.
Chunky.
Yes.
Aw.
Not as chunky as DB's one that I made her forever ago.
I have it right here.
Woo.
I need to try the bag of sorting at some point as a
I
project.
also need to do that.
It's a lot of fun.
It is, and it's not as hard as it looks as a concept.
Agree.
Like
Yeah.
the idea of a bag with dividers in it being knit sounds intimidating, but
Right.
this is not nearly as bad as it sounds like it would be. So.
Yeah, you just do it one step at a time and be a little methodical about it, and then it makes sense. And it's like, boom, there you go.
Anyone else want to talk about their knitting?
I have been trying to. It's down in the bedroom right now. That's where I was working on it. But I've been trying to work on this seed stitch pattern scarf,
Ooh.
and
Ooh.
it has been driving me insane. You look like you have like a ice bag on your head, DB, and
It's
yeah,
shifting my headphones down too much.
yeah. So I've been working on this, like, the seed stitch pattern thing, which is like super new for me. It's weird. It's it's kind of like like I really had to distinguish, like what a pearl stitch really was. Like
Right.
That is a mood.
it's like it's supposed to create these, like, this kind of like raised bumps that kind of resemble like these like little seed pods over your and I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, there's a lot more paying attention to where your yarn goes when you're doing seed stitch than when you're just doing like plain stockinette, because it's moving front to back. So
I understand that life. Every time I mess something up, I'm like, God damn it.
oh,
Be what it do.
It's
There's
just
one time
yarn.
I just really wanted to bite my needle. I was just like, stop it.
Nom 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 nom.
I mean, you can probably get away with that with a metal needle if you're not too hard, so you don't break your teeth. But I wouldn't recommend it with a wooden needle.
No, that's how a cat ruined mine.
Yeah.
I mean, Griddle has eaten at least one of my wooden needles. So I mean, that's
My cats leave my needles alone, which is I'm kind of impressed.
Now.
Well, Griddle is a 100-pound lab retriever mix.
Oh.
He's a dog, and he munches like a dog. Go munch munch.
Yeah.
Munch munch.
Crunch crunch.
He does not have the luxury of growing up with knitting discipline like somebody's dogs.
Yeah. my girls.
Really, don't you dare make a liar of me.
Yeah, he's also eaten the folder to my calligraphy book, so that's been fun.
Yep. How about you, Tiana? What have you been working on?
I think I just figured out the left pearl twist thing.
Yay!
Yay!
Huzzah!
Woo!
Think. So I'm working on Greg's Thunder Twist hat, and I stopped at row 9 very specifically because that was where I was like, "Oh God, this is where the cabling starts." Ha! Do not have the emotional and mental energy to figure this out right now, but I think I just did.
Excellent.
We'll
Is
see.
that a rescue line I see in there?
A what?
A rescue line?
Or a lifeline.
The white?
No, those are my stitch markers.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
But tell me more about this rescue line. I feel like being rescued sounds pretty cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, seconded.
It's called a rescue line or a lifeline, and it is basically just a thin piece of yarn that you string through your stitches at a point where you know everything is correct. So if you're doing a hat, you pick like at the end of the ribbing is a great place to put one in, or like when I'm doing lace shawls and there's like a 10-row repeat of lace, I'll put it in right before I start that 10-row repeat of lace. And that way, if you get to the point where you're working on it and you fuck it up and you can't figure out how to fix it, you can just pull out your working yarn and it will stop at that lifeline. It won't pull out any further, and you can just put your needle back through and you're right at that same point. So you don't have to knit that first however far.
Huh.
And it's so much easier than tinking it, where you go back stitch by stitch by stitch by stitch.
Or you could just be me and not do that and then restart a project 10 times.
I have done that.
Ooh,
That's
that
an
sounds
option
pretty
too.
good.
Yeah, it's probably because I didn't have the yarn at the time, but when I was trying to do it, it just wasn't working well for me to put in a lifeline, and then I gave up on that project.
I also do lifelines with dental floss.
Maybe tea.
Well, because the dentist keeps giving me dental floss, but I don't use the little boxes of dental floss for flossing my teeth because dental reasons. But they always come in the little goodie bag. And so I've got little boxes of dental floss everywhere. So I use those for lifelines because it's thinner than all the yarn I work with, almost all of it.
Right.
And so it fits nicely right alongside my needle. It doesn't get in the way. And it pulls out really slick when you're done.
So in the arena of taking things your dentist gives you and using them for alternative purposes, I don't use the toothbrushes my dentist gives me because I have an electric toothbrush.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah, give me the toothbrush because I have fishing reels that really, those bristles you get in there, that really helps get the salt water and the sand out of them really well. So yeah, I take all my toothbrushes and throw them in my tackle box.
Nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like the quintessential dad, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Daddy.
Yeah. Daddy.
So I don't have a lot of what I've been working on because it's all been given away.
Can't imagine how that happened, Danny.
Yeah, well, so I designed a hat for a class that I'm going to be teaching at my local yarn shop. And it is a hat with 4 cables on it because it's going to be a class on cabling without a cable needle. So I wanted something easy, but still that would have you practice front and back cable crossing, but not constantly. Like, I don't want people getting burned out on it. So I designed my own little hat. And then I sent it to my mom.
Casually.
Because, she lives somewhere where it's cold and needs it. So I sent that to her. And then...
Wait, are you going to knit another one so you have a sample
Yes.
at the class?
Yes, and actually I picked
No.
up yarn from the yarn shop to use for the sample for the class. Because the yarn that I had used was just a Lion Brand Wool Ease, which is fantastic to use. But I wanted to use something that the shop had.
Helps sell for the shop, absolutely. Yep.
So
I know how that goes.
I'm going to do that in the next couple of weeks. I don't have a class lined up for that yet, but that's fine. I got other stuff coming up. And then yesterday was the 14th. We did
Yes.
a little
all day long.
Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yes, happy Valentine's to everyone who celebrates. But we did a little exchange at work, where it was, little gift or card and some candy, and you signed up like at the end of January to participate so that we weren't doing things for people who didn't want to participate, because there's nothing that irritates me more than like the one person who will buy like just the cheap little box of cards and sign their name, and then there are other people who go like way overboard, and it doesn't feel good to have people who don't want to participate being forced to participate. So
the people going way overboard, meaning Danny.
Which camp does Danny fall in?
Danny falls in the I definitely made all of these cards with everybody's in
I
mind.
did not make the cards.
I grew the tree and I pulped the
I
wood.
chopped it down.
No. All I did was all I did
All I did
was knit mini can cozies for everyone.
And there it is.
So I don't have those anymore because I gave them away.
Were they the cable ones, the cable knit sweater ones, like what you were doing on the Knives Out episode,
They
or
were not that complicated, although I used it as an excuse to try a whole bunch of different stitches. So I did 13 different ones with 13 different sets of stitches.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I did it.
Yay!
Muppet flailing arms.
with both left and right purl twists.
Nice.
Yay!
We'll see. We'll see. I can't tell the difference, but I imagine that as it works up, I'll be able to see it.
Oh, good.
And the good news is it'll work if you just do regular cables on it as well too. It's fine.
You know, I'm following your instructions in this thing.
Good. Well, if you do it that way, it'll pop out. It'll pop out a little
Once
more.
I understood what exactly was going on, where I was like, oh, okay, okay. Right. I got these. Got actual cable needles.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't have any of those. I should probably pick up some.
That'd be
Go
fine.
to your local
Or-
thrift store.
Really?
You can get them
Yep.
for like 25 cents.
Or take
I-
Danny's class on cabling without a needle.
That works too.
Or do that.
The only thrift store I have here is Goodwill.
Yep.
I will check them, but half the time I get real pissed off at the one here in Twinsburg. I just outed where I am. Whatever. I don't care.
To all of our like 5 people watching, most of whom are
It's
us.
7. Are you kidding me?
So it's the 6 of us and my mom. It's fine.
That's right.
that tracks.
And mom already sends DB cards and stuff, so it's cool.
All the time. Your mom is a
I love
saint.
it.
Hi, Danny's mom.
She is a sweetheart.
So I did also finish another pair of my Advent kit mitts in the medium size this time, and I'm covering up all the ends that are not woven in, because I did not weave in any of my ends this time, because I just wanted to get it done so I could get the weights, because I've started a test knit that I can't show off because it's a secret, but it uses I think like this set of colors, so I'm excited to do it, but I needed to finish this so that I could use that yarn. But I have one more really fun thing to show everyone, because I backed this Kickstarter and I got a plushie
Wait!
kobold!
I also backed this Kickstarter. Where's mine?
Hey.
His name is Shep, and this is Pickles, his hedgehog. And I also got this pseudo dragon because I'm a backer. And I
did
love
you
Shep,
back this
and
one?
he's adorable. And now what I need to do is read through all of the stuff that comes with the STL files to see if I can use the STL files in our games. Because I bought the cute little kobold STL files.
Yes.
Because I think at some point we're going to have to do a kobolds one-shot with Corey
absolutely.
and
Oops,
Sue
all kobolds.
Yeah. But I was really excited about him, so I wanted to show him off before we started playing, because he's adorable and I love him. And he came because I did the backing thing. He's got an adventurer's pack.
Nice.
And
I love him.
inside he's got a torch with a green flame, so he can hold a
Mhm.
torch. He's a ranger, so he's got his arrow. He's got his healing potion.
You need to give him a great big snuggle for me because
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So he is my favorite friend right now.
Oh.
Anyway,
Well, can I share one more thing?
of course.
I couldn't share it before because that's the kitchen, and my wife was in the kitchen, and her birthday is next week. And a couple of years ago, I got the frog and toad pattern, intending to give it to her for Christmas that year or her birthday. I don't know. It's been so long, and there have been many years. Last year, she got frog for her birthday, and I thought, okay, well that's fine. I've got a whole year to finish up toad, and so like a week and a half ago, I started toad, and
Yep.
I just finished his second arm during play rehearsal for my daughter today. And so he's ready to go. I need to do the eyes, which are scary because I have to cut yarn to make the eyes because they kind of bulge out and
Right.
stuff like that.
They're
And
so cute.
yeah, they're so cute. And stuff them and embroider a mouth on it and whatnot. Once I get past the eyes, I'm golden. Right. When I did frog, I got to the point where it was the eyes, and it took me like 2 months to psych myself up for the courage. So like I've got till Monday. So
That is a good incentive to get a move
don't have
on.
2 months this time. So anyway, yes. So we have Toad from Frog and Toad, and then stuff it, and then Toad gets a bathing suit. Also, Frog had a cardigan and some pants, which are overrated, but he got the pants anyway. And Toad gets one of those like old-timey one-piece bathing
If
suits.
it's an old-timey striped
Yeah.
It's
one.
the old-timey, and it's striped. It's like
I mean, it's
green
like
and white, I think.
Love it.
It's like LeBlanc's swimming suit in Glass Onion.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
So anyway, I can share that because Meredith's in the other room now, not that
Like
room.
that one. Excellent. Well,
Although I'm sure she probably knows what I'm doing, but I'm still trying to.
try to
Be
keep
sneaky
up
about
the,
it.
The subterfuge.
Yeah. Right.
Very sneaky.
Very sneaky. What else? Is there anything else? As always, check out Fantasy Fiber Arts. She's actually changed her logo, but didn't get me a copy of the new one yet. But it's on some of her new
Ooh.
yarns. And, oh, guys, she has some gorgeous stuff. I actually picked up 2 new skeins of yarn because I need more yarn. But
Do
last-
you?
oh,
Do
Yeah.
you? Do you?
look, I'm
Yeah.
using it for a design. And
Absolutely. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Yeah,
That's
design
professional.
doesn't count.
That is professional.
Exactly.
That is completely.
If you purchase it with the intent of knowing exactly what pattern you're using it for, it doesn't count.
Yeah. And if I can write it off of my taxes, it doesn't count.
Even
Right, that's
better.
for your business.
That's true. Yes.
Tax write-off yarn is fantastic. So don't forget to check out Fantasy Fiber Arts. She has just put up a bunch of new stuff. And there's a shop in Kentucky, I think, that is now carrying her yarn.
Ooh.
So that's
Good for
fantastic,
her.
too.
In Kentucky, you say?
I think so.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean,
Road trip.
I go there all the time. So.
And they do ship. So if you visit her Instagram at Fantasy Fiber Arts, it'll take you to all of her places. But you can buy the yarn from Farmhouse Fibers. And they've got a Shopify that is linked to from there. And they ship anywhere. They are fantastic. That is my local yarn shop. And we adore them. They keep letting me come and get paid to teach knitting. And it is fantastic. I love it. Oh, and join our Discord. And look, I can put a link.
Yay!
Whoa!
Yay!
Discord.
Yay, Discord. So join our Discord.
If you want to hear really bad dad jokes from Greg, mostly.
They're wonderful dad jokes.
I admit that I do occasionally contribute to these because I see them and go, Greg will appreciate this.
Absolutely.
That is usually the thought is, oh, Greg will like this. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, Daddy loves that. Daddy supports all of that.
It's what Daddy likes.
That's what Daddy likes.
Yeah, nope, not fine. Yep.
I'm not looking up because I'm sure DB is giving me the look.
Yep, 100%. Oh, and on that note, I think we're going to take our brief break so that we can refill beverages, get things recording, and get ready to play some D&D.
All right.
Wait, we do that?
We do.
That's
Maybe.
the running theory.
Not usually, no.
Well, this time we're going to, darn it. We're going to make it happen this time. All right, so we'll see you guys in just a couple minutes. back. Let me just double check that I really do have everyone in the right places. Yes, it does look like that.
Ooh.
I see.
Split it up a little bit.
I did spruce us up. I got us all fancy and stuff, so you can actually like read our names because we couldn't before.
Dang.
I love the art. Herder's art is so delightful.
Yes, everyone has art, which makes me very excited.
Fighting.
So this is the real episode 18.
Huzzah. It's been 84 years.
All right, Nelitha.
Just because you're
Awesome.
84 centuries old is fine.
You don't know how old I am. I could be 22. No one would know.
That's what we suspected.
I mean, elves are they look very young all the time, and then they die. Like,
Yeah.
it's just their thing.
And then they die.
Eventually.
So, who wants to try to recap what happened last time?
Absolutely not it.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
We are wandering through tunnels.
You are.
I don't think we murdered the things last time. I think that was the time before, but we
That was the
murdered
time
some
before.
people. Okay, we murdered
Yeah.
some things the time before.
They
Erasmus,
needed it.
They would not back down. We tried it
true.
multiple times.
Nalitha wasn't gonna kill them, but you know what? When you don't listen, Erasmus slipped in some doo-doo, maybe,
Yeah.
and he got whisked away to go get cleaned up.
Yeah, he tweaked his knee, and so...
Yeah.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yes. And then we kept looking through the tunnels. Nalitha, being the sneaky one that she was, would sneak forward to look around and then come back. And then we found a person who likes...
Wait. Before you found a person, you found like a little parchment or something in one of the walls that
yes.
none of us could read.
Yes, that's right. None of us could read. And then we found a person. We did not kill this person, but we tried to convince them to be on our side.
You fed him.
I fed him. I did go through his shit while he was sleeping.
You did.
Yeah,
And I
fair
put
enough.
some food in his bag and then gave him more food
Yes.
when he woke up.
Yes. And do you remember who he was?
He is a man with a name.
He's a halfling, isn't he?
He is a halfling.
With a name.
I'm sure he does. But he was working for the Beholder, is working for the
Yes.
Beholder, and is very much like, no, you cannot make me turn away from my lord.
Moving
But-
books around.
But also the Beholder might be dead because everybody else killed a Beholder a while ago.
Yeah, there might be another one.
Okay. Yeah,
Sure.
that's actually not bad at all.
Look at us. Better than roll for weirds things after it's been months.
Yeah, that's because we're not Adam on Dirty Doos.
That
Thank
is
God.
also true. And tonight, that halfling fella is going to be played by the one and only E.
Yay!
Yes.
Owen is still away.
Yeah, it actually has only been like a day or two
Like,
since Owen left.
not even.
Yeah.
It's been
It's the
12
next day.
hours.
It's
It's
the next
the next
day.
It's the next day, but
Yeah.
still.
Oh yeah,
He's
we
got
did take like,
travel. It's the
Yeah,
whole thing.
he's got some stuff going on, so it's going to be a little while before Owen's back. But E is
But
now
I'm
going to be
here.
playing Sola Halfbrand.
Sola half brand.
I'm wondering what my
Not
notes
And-
whole
and-
brand.
And they're gonna stab us in the back.
Seems legit.
You don't know that.
I mean, I would if I were them.
Did you read Danny's notes?
I don't need to. I could read Danny.
I like to think I'm a
It's
little bit more of
fine.
a closed book, but that's okay.
You are not.
That's fine.
Okay, I like to think that I'm a little less thinking ahead, so you're really guessing as much as I am.
That's fair.
Honestly, I think you're surprised we adopted the halfling. So
I was surprised you adopted the halfling, but you did.
You
And
shouldn't have been.
I should not have been, no.
No, not after the kobold situation.
Also, we're not a bunch of murder hobos.
That
Like,
is true.
Your
like
murder
other
hobo
groups.
days are behind you.
No, we are one of us at least is a hobo.
Ha! Isolt has never been a murder hobo. Hobo, certainly, but not a murder hobo.
Nalitha's the murder one.
There
Yes.
we go.
She's not killed anybody who hasn't deserved it yet.
Not that we've seen.
Exactly.
So-
Coyotes outside. Love that.
As we come back to the action, Nelitha and Herder were with Sola. You had made a trek back to where the beholder corpse was to see if Sola could confirm whether or not that was the beholder that he worked for. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of it left, so it was rather hard
Smited.
to tell. It was, yeah, it
Smited.
was thoroughly
Too
smoked.
good at your fucking jobs.
You know,
So you did return
Smites.
to the little area where Sola had been, and you're going to. The plan is to try to find your way back to the original Beholder Cave, I guess. Is that what you're planning to do? I'm not sure,
I guess so.
I think that's a reasonable assumption.
but it
'Cause-
has been several hours in these caverns. This has not been a fast crawl.
No.
There's not a lot of visibility. There's a lot of being very quiet and sneaky and flailing at things around corners. But it has been long enough for Chela to poof back with Erasmus. All right, try not to hurt yourself again.
I just want to understand why you couldn't have poofed me up the mountain like this, because like this seems like I just saying we could have been up the mountain like
Right.
4 days ago, right?
And again, I am able to take you to where your friends are based on the amulets. And if the amulets were not already up the mountain, I could not transport you there.
All right. So I need a spare amulet to throw up the mountains, which is what you're saying.
If you can throw
Wait.
that far,
What is this amulet?
Don't worry
I don't
about
even
it.
know.
You-
Okay,
you-
whatever.
You don't need to know.
He might.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. You were not part of the original traveling party, were you?
I got the bar and we sing. You
Oh, right.
probably don't come
You're
over
the
because you're
competition.
at the other bar,
Yes,
right?
yes. Right.
Yeah.
But you're traveling with these folks now.
They killed a beholder under my bar, so
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't bring a spare amulet with me.
Of course not.
I suppose if you need something, you can contact me through them. Ask one of them to summon me, and I'll come and rescue you until I can get another one created.
And another one for throwing.
Another one for who?
For throwing. For
Throwing up the mountain.
Throwing.
Actually, I was thinking we could actually get an Erebus, right? And we actually put the amulet on an Erebus to be like a point teleport system. We just chuck it.
That is a
Yeet.
great thought. These are so cheap and easy to come by. I will get right.
Well,
on that.
you're just up your ears and in elf yarn and elf gold. I just figure you just had them lying around, but that's all right.
I'm going to stay out of the way of that fireball.
All right.
I'm gonna sneak around a corner in case there is a fireball.
Jayla just sort of shakes her head. All right. Again, try not to
Yeah.
injure yourselves. I'll see you sooner than later, I'm sure. And she disappears.
I don't
Oh.
see what the point of living all that long is if you ain't gonna just sit around and just collect things. But whatever.
She's not a light cleric. There was no fire thrown around. I would have at that point.
Yet.
We have pushed her to the point
There-
of impatience.
No. We haven't done that. Erasmus has done that.
Look,
Yes,
if I
but splash
have to-
damage is very much a thing.
If
That's
I
why I
have to catch
hide.
a fireball for telling the truth, then I'll gladly accept it down my throat.
You know what? I'm just gonna let that one sit.
Over there.
It's time to go sneaky, I believe.
Ain't that the thing that assault don't do well?
That is the thing that assault very much does not do well.
That's why Nalitha does it before you all get us in trouble.
Where are we sneaking to?
We're trying to find.
Who the hell is this?
This is our friend,
I'm Sola.
keeper of the books.
Yes.
Hello, this is Erasmus.
All right, Solo, what you have for breakfast?
What?
I didn't have breakfast.
Can't trust that.
All right. So why don't we keep going? We have a few more tunnels to look at.
Okay. So, based on the way the map is oriented on your screen right now,
Yes.
up, left, or right?
Am I the purple one in the hallway?
No, you are the orange one in the little grouping.
Did we check this one that's down and over?
For the sake of ease, we're going to say yes. And let's see if I can. Is it going to let me do things?
Because I think I remember you saying it was a dead end, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And then that other one going down, that's where we entered from originally, right?
You've come a lot of ways.
Okay, well, we'll just pretend like we also checked that one out too. I think we did.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm gonna look down the left one, my left.
Okay.
What do my elven eyes see?
You see
a beholder.
Goddamn.
You see that I have angered Tabula Sono by having far too many items in here.
Oh no!
Oh,
We're going to
that
be patient
tracks
for a moment. I
fine.
did build an extensive dungeon here that is probably more than it is meant to manage all at once.
Danny was really trying to push their program. She was just trying to break it.
You are an excellent software tester.
Yes, I am.
Now they know.
But
knowing is half the battle.
So while that is
the other
building
half
out,
is red and blue lasers.
pew, pew, pew. So while that's building out, who is keeping an eye on Sola?
Oh, I am 100%.
Okay.
The cleric is obvi.
As you look to your left, as you go
I'm not a
exploring
cleric.
a little bit down there.
Paladin, I'm sorry.
The one time I don't play a cleric, damn it.
I can't remember last time we got some heals from a cleric. Huh? 10 years now? 20 years?
It's been 84 years.
That's a running joke this game.
And that's okay. It is
As has been pointed out, I've been awake for 13 hours at this point. It's 6:30 in the afternoon, 6:30 in the evening this time.
You need sleepy sleeps.
I have alcohol. That's almost as good.
That will make you more sleepy sleeps.
It won't make you a good sleepy sleep. It just makes you sleep.
I see a dead end.
Yes,
okay.
It is another short hallway with a dead end.
I'm going to look up the tunnel then.
Okay, you go walking up the tunnel silently and carefully. Go ahead and roll me a stealth roll for tonight.
For the whole night, so don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck this up. Well, it's a 24.
All right, Mama Roo.
Okay, so yeah, it is another dead end. It's a little bit longer. But
then the other way, Danny.
All right. And as you go exploring in this direction, you see that it is a hallway that turns.
Oh God. Okay. I will do my sneaky sneak to the corner and peer around.
You see another.
Another turn.
Well, you see an intersection up there. Let me see if I can reveal it.
Okay.
Of course.
Of course, that is how we go.
Bird sounds to get people to come follow me. Tweet,
What do
tweet,
the-
tweet, tweet.
I was gonna say, what do the bird sounds sound like?
I
Phoebe?
can't make actual bird sounds.
Tweet,
My mouth does-
tweet.
tweet, tweet, motherfucker.
Yeah, that
Why are there
tracks.
There's some
Why
very
are there
foul-mouthed
birds?
birds in here.
That's Nella.
Sola, can you tell us what's up here?
I cannot. All my markings got erased by something. I was marking the way with chalk, but they're all smudged off.
Danny, in this whole time that I've been exploring, have I seen any chalk marks?
Roll me a perception.
I feel like this bitch is lying. Not E, obviously, but
It might be. It sure might be.
Wow.
natural 20 for 27.
Go. Okay.
You have seen, you've seen a couple of chalk marks that looked like normal chalk marks. You've seen a couple of things that looked smudged.
Okay.
So it does look like there were marks, and there are places that there used to be marks, and there may be more
Okay.
places that are even less marked.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak forward to the intersection,
Okay.
and I'll look left, and then I'll look right.
All right. To your left, you see another intersection.
Oh God.
And to your right, you see a little cavern.
Do I see anything in it?
There is a pile of books. And as you're looking, you see a couple of little marks on the wall.
All right. I'm gonna go towards the intersection real quick to look before I call the others down.
Okay. So you are looking, when you look down, it appears to be a very short little bit of hallway and a longer chunk of hallway towards up.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll go back towards the books and make my bird noises again. Tweet, tweet, motherfucker. And have them come that direction
Okay.
towards the cave.
Alrighty. And so it's not a ton of books. It looks like, well, the quantity of books that a halfling could probably carry.
Sola, did you put these here?
Yes, I did.
Where
Yes,
did-
I
where did-
recognize these titles.
What titles are there? What are they about?
So you're looking at them. These ones look to be books
While I'm
about-
asking, I'm picking up and looking at them myself too.
Yeah, these ones are another set of nature books. But this one, rather than being about plants and trees, these ones are about small animals, small furry animals.
Tasty.
We've got wild guinea pigs and you, the common forest vole, and let's see, rats, bats, and other furry things.
Oh, interesting. Why does a beholder need, what was it, wild gerbils and you?
It was hamsters, but yes,
Oh, okay. Well,
the gerbils one I didn't have room for in my pack.
that's fair.
If you had a hole,
Well, then the books would fall out.
That is fair.
Checkmate.
Do we need to bring these with us?
I am always looking for books for my library. So if you don't want
No,
them,
no,
I
no,
do.
No, these need to stay here.
Why do they need to stay here? Is this
For-
where you're bringing them?
Yes,
I thought you were bringing them to the big room.
this is a stop along the way,
So they don't need to stay here.
but you can't take them. They're from my master.
What if we
Wait.
carried them for you, though?
My companions have holes and bags that can hold these books.
I suppose that would make things faster, yes.
All right, I'll just put them
But
in
you
my
have to
bag.
promise not to keep them.
I won't keep them. I don't want anything to do with gerbils.
Okay.
I will slip the books into the bag of holding.
Okay.
And then I will explain that there's more hallway down the way, and one goes up higher, and one leads to a dead end. A dead end. And do my sneaky thing, Danny.
Okay. So you go further down that hallway, and I'm just going to reveal it. It is another dead end.
What the fuck?
So,
Come on.
I am going to.
I was going to say, I think if we go to where we started and keep going down, there was an unexplored passage.
I thought that was where we came in at.
If we came in from the right.
I believe
I don't-
the map at one point got turned. I'm just.
Great.
I'm gonna turn us. Oh.
Do you just want to take us to where we need to be?
Where's the fun in that?
So are there other creatures down in these? Anybody else moving books around or doing anything? Is it just you?
Well, you ran into the furry guys, right?
The hobgoblins, yes.
Yeah. Or them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine. I'm sure they're around here somewhere.
Do I believe her?
No, actually, it's been a while, but Nelitha, you did admit to murdering those guys.
I did.
Sola didn't like them anyway.
Oh
That's
yeah, because they were
right.
using the books for toilet paper.
Exactly.
Turlet.
Not a fan.
All right.
But Sola did have several other companions. There were, I believe, 7 of them total that were ferrying books and other belongings, but it was mostly books.
Right, but we've only seen 3. All right, then I guess we'll go back down to that tunnel that is I thought that we came from, but okay.
Okay, let's. The joy of multiple maps. There we go. That's where you're going to want to be.
Beverly Hills, that's where I wanna be.
And I'm assuming we're just staying in this marching order, but if you want to be in a different marching order, let me know.
I totally want to be behind Assault. She's been protecting me pretty well.
Oh,
So,
that's rude. I've been protecting you really well.
Yeah, but
You-
you're
you
moving
have,
up
but you're-
ahead.
I
you're
do
right.
not want to be with you right now. Right now,
That's
maybe
fair.
later.
That's we're gonna find out a whole lot about Nalipha in the coming episode.
I mean, I do like that your friend burned down the other bar, so I mean, that's got me pretty hot.
Oh my, Greg!
oh gosh, okay.
Lord!
So you are exploring.
Yeah.
Yes, that is, in fact, the correct response to that comment. Just ignore it.
Yep.
And moving on.
Note to self: write a song about this.
Do it.
Our bard. Oh Lord. All right, I'm gonna look straight ahead, Danny. Is there anything down that one? I see that one is a dead end.
Sorry, clicked the wrong button and I'm rotating. So to your straight ahead,
Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. Jesus.
there is another path.
All right. To the toppy top.
To the toppy top, there's another T intersection.
Of course there fucking
Motherfucker.
is.
All
No wonder
right.
Tabulous and I was struggling.
I
Yeah,
told ya.
Danny has
I-
really like.
This was,
Okay.
So what happened was the beholder wasn't sure
What
where
had
he
happened
wanted to
was-
go, and so he looked around till he was happy, and
You went all the places.
he did.
All right.
I'm kind of surprised there aren't more like caverns where he was just swinging the eye stalks around.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised and concerned we haven't run into anyone else yet.
Stop saying words. I'm gonna go up
Okay.
and look down.
Stop
those
saying words. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
That's how you get jinxed. I'm sorry, but also definitely said that as Nolitha. Oh God,
Sorry. The whole house is moving. It's cool. It's cool. There we
the
go.
beholder is taking Nolitha as his own,
All right.
and
I mean-
the tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
You've got reasonable dark
In the
vision. I'm gonna
mountains.
let
Yeah.
you see a bunch of stuff because that's how I built the walls.
Jesu Christian.
Oh Jesus,
So there's a lot going down to your left.
Danny, we are gonna be stuck in these tunnels forever. Lord, all right, I'm
Let
gonna
me-
go.
Let me just reveal some stuff for you so that it eases things a little. So over here,
This is the kind of dungeon crawl that you put together when people are playing for 6 hours at a
I
time.
know. Well, we
Not
have
an hour and a
multiple
half every
episodes.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I got a little carried
All
away.
right, all right. I was gonna go check out that side anyway. That side is a dead end.
Yes.
All
And
right.
so I'm going to assume that Nelitha is actually exploring quite a bit here. And so
Yeah.
you found the little circle bit and the dead ends.
The circle bits indeed.
The circle bits and bobs.
So we will take you down to the end here. And you are at another T intersection.
All right,
That
I
will
would
be
have
a
burnt-
solid.
Tweet, tweet, motherfuckers.
Move up.
I will get you all moving.
Make sure my shit is still working. It is, thank God.
So there is an up and there is a down.
What do my elven eyes see?
You
A
see.
beholder.
Nothing. Disintegrate.
Roll me a perception.
Ooh. Ooh. Am I good at those? I don't think I am.
75.
Perception- Yes, I am. Never mind.
I've been very shocked if you were a rogue with bad perception.
I can't see
Uh,
the money I'm taking.
that,
Does it count as a crime if you can't see it?
that's a 30.
Okay, yeah.
Jesus.
You see.
Am I good at that? Fuck off.
Uh, you see a mark on the wall going up.
Kind of mark.
A chalk mark.
Normal.
I'm gonna look up. Oh,
Like
like
in
Not
the,
up,
the,
like-
no, the in the tunnel to the up direction on the
oh,
map.
okay.
You see a little chalk mark.
I'm gonna turn to our little buddy. Did you draw this?
Yeah, that's one of mine.
Okay. Looks like we're on the right track then.
Yeah.
Did I see anything going down, or is that just going farther down, Danny?
There's going to be the stuff further down, but you see a mark that indicates
Okay,
that's where.
I'm going.
So
I'm
looking
gonna
from.
follow. Yeah, I'm gonna follow the mark.
Okay. Let's see. And as you go over here, there is another mark to your right.
Do I see anything to the left?
You do not.
Okay.
You going right?
Tweet, tweet. Yeah.
And I move the whole thing again. That's
Oh.
So you end up going around the corner.
A little racetrack.
Around the river bend.
So it's very convenient that you spotted those marks. That you spotted a halfling who spotted her marks. His marks. His marks? I can't remember now.
His marks.
His marks. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
You created the character.
I know! I couldn't remember.
We haven't seen the character since last year.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So you are
True.
at another intersection.
Oh my goodness.
But you do see a mark on the
What?
wall going north.
Oh, I'm going to keep following the marks this time, Danny.
All right.
Hey, Solo, where do these marks lead?
Back to the original cave that the master was moving out of.
Full of books?
Yes,
And Beholder.
maybe.
He's probably dead. You guys did take care of one of them.
One.
They don't usually travel in packs.
You're the one who was convinced there was another one.
She changed her mind. She's allowed to do that.
That's true.
That was last year.
Yeah.
Last year is fine.
That
That's
was the
fine.
old DB.
New year, new DB. That's how this works.
Gotcha.
It's going to be new hair after this weekend, so.
Hey.
Nice.
I need to just like shave mine off at some point. It's getting way too long.
I feel it in my bones. I have to resist every
Such a
day.
mood.
I have enough of it shaved off.
As you
I'm
come-
told I'm told that my partner has clippers. I may have to avail myself of them.
As you come to this corner, I need you to roll me another perception.
Wow.
Nat 20, 31.
Okay. Yep. It is.
I see, I know the tunnels like the back of my fucking hand.
He sees the entire map now.
So it took a moment to see, to be sure, but there is definitely evidence of a scrubbed off mark going up on the map. And coming from the down direction, the southern direction, there's a funky smell.
Is the smell enough that those of us hanging back can smell it also?
You're getting a little bit of a whiff.
I'm going to sneak down towards the southern just to see if I see anything. Be a stealthy stealth.
Yep. As you get down here, there's another tunnel.
Shocker.
There's some dead end to one side, but over to the other direction, as you're looking, I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
You can. I will roll for it.
No, it's not unobvious. You are, with that previous perception and the fact that you're looking for something that you smelled, you see evidence of someone else disrespecting the books.
I go back.
Take the tunnel with you.
Yes, as I am one to do.
You know. There we go.
Yeah, so up this way.
Okay, so you're just ignoring it and going up.
I mean, I feel like everybody can use their imagination on what's down there. Smells like shit. It must be shit.
It's probably fine.
Totally cool.
I thought maybe Erasmus was having another problem.
Look, I may have had 1 too many 5 protein shakes today.
That is terrible, Erasmus. You need to stop.
That was all of the numbers.
They're so delicious.
Is
They
it?
just-
Wait, are you still using that plate?
What? Yeah, so if you get it the right angle, you actually can slurp up the protein shakes off the plate, right? Because
Shouldn't be. I broke the curse.
I think, yeah.
You broke the
Oh.
curse, so he doesn't feel the need to eat until he throws up, but he still wants to eat off the plate.
But is it still a cursed object that would re-snare him as soon as the dispel curse wears off?
No, Erasmus just has problems.
Gonna
Don't
eat that thing off a mountain.
That does not work.
It keeps
Oh
coming
yeah.
back.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
it doesn't, because we tried that and it appeared
Owen
back and it's
smashed it.
back.
Break the
Plate came
curse,
back the
then
very
eat
next
it.
day. Plate came back. Thought it
Okay.
wasn't
Break the
funny.
curse so it's not tied to the person anymore, and then eat it.
As they are talking about the curse plate, Melitha's gonna sneak.
Okay.
While she's sneaking, I'm going to ask the rest of the folks. That smelly stuff down there, we need to watch our backs in case someone's going to sneak up behind us.
Well, I can just say that y'all are with me
Are,
because you're
are
helping
they?
me carry the books.
Are the rest of the folks friends? Because I know you didn't like.
Co-workers.
I didn't. And coworker. Okay. All right.
Is it work if you don't get paid?
It's volunteer.
Okay, that makes sense. Even if it's voluntary?
Yes. Because then even voluntold.
Yeah.
Well, before we go
Alright.
back, I'd like to stop back and get those books if there are some clean books.
Or
back there as
salvageable
well.
at least.
Yeah.
So Herder is going back to get books.
Right
Yeah.
now?
Well, before we leave.
Herder, are you sneaking?
Yeah, I'll sneak.
Okay, roll me a stealth.
Okay, so how do I do that? That's Dex,
D20 plus your stealth, it should be in the skills
right?
at the bottom.
Yep. So that would be a D20 plus 1. As a 15 plus 1, 16.
Okay. You see, as you're looking, do you have dark vision?
I
He's a
believe I
dwarf.
do. Yeah, I'm a dwarf.
Yeah. Okay. So good, you do.
60 feet dark vision.
You see
Could you imagine?
the pages that have been used, but you don't see any books right there.
All right, I'll go back and ask Sola. Is there another place that you keep books if we keep going that way?
Yeah, the main lair.
All right. Well,
That we're moving from the master's old lair to the new lair because he doesn't like the dragon. It's not a good neighbor. A lot of acid.
the what? Is there a dragon down here?
No, it was an upstairs neighbor.
Oh.
You're taking care of that. What do I see down the hall, Danny?
Let's see what this.
That was a battle that was mostly fought not by us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, balls.
So it looks like, again, you see some very scrubbed off marks that look like someone's brushed up against them. But the marks lead you to the right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't be the only one who's danger pinging off of the fact that these marks are being scrubbed by someone that isn't us.
Yes. No,
right?
no. Yeah.
Like, I am very concerned about this. Just putting that out there.
We know that there are more people that are supposed to be down here.
Yes, but why would they be wiping off their co-workers' marks?
Maybe because they're dumb.
It's
We
true,
have
they were
always had
hobgoblins.
those coworkers in life that you do something, they fuck it up.
I mean, that's very true, and it's even more horrifying when that happens in a hospital. However,
Yes.
So are your coworkers dumb?
Yes.
I'm not reassured because this feels like tampering. But we'll see. And I'll follow the sound of the tweeting birds.
Tweet, tweet. It's definitely just like that.
Oh, stars and stones.
So we'll get you down to the end of this big long hallway.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneak.
And let's see what it'll show.
With my bird bones.
With your bird bones and your bird tweets.
Bloody elves. I say as someone who mostly plays elves.
If anything ever happens to Lilith, I'm definitely gonna come back as a tiefling.
Yes.
I haven't played a tiefling in so long.
I think that was the first thing that you and I played together was friend tieflings. That was fun.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I played Nether.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That was
Holy
fun.
shit, that was so long ago.
It was like 3 years ago because I was at my sister's for Christmas before the pandemic.
So 4 years ago then.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Shit. How time flies.
Time flies when you're killing things in D&D.
Or adopting things?
Well.
As you do.
Or going to Skate Town.
Different show.
I'm glad you said it.
So Nelitha,
Yes, ma'am.
you've come to a corner.
Run.
There's a small entryway just around the bend, and then there is more hallway in front of you.
Okay, do I see any more markings?
Yes, along the wall that is on the right-hand side, there looks to be a stripe that has been, like someone just ran chalk for a good chunk of the wall, but then there are chunks of it that are smudged.
Did you do that?
Yes. Then I realized that I was going to run out of chalk if I kept doing that much marking.
Okay. Then I guess I will keep... Can I look into the one area?
Absolutely.
Oh, gods.
You look into the one area, and it is a little room.
Okay.
And it is not empty.
Full of books?
No.
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 Well, I'm gonna do, how many people do I see in there?
You see what appear to be 2 humans.
Right. I'm going to sneak back to my group and look at the one person that's a part of this weird group.
Sola?
The Beholder's lackeys.
Yes.
Right. Do you have humans in your group?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
All right. So I think I found some of them.
Okay.
Are they friendly?
Do you want to help
They're
us
co-workers.
do you want to help us get past them so that we don't have to them?
Well, I'll try.
All right. Well, wait. Do we need to go into that room or can we go past it?
You could sneak past the entrance of the room,
Oh,
theoretically.
some of you are clanky, holy tanky.
Literally, in fact, yes.
How about we try to creep past, and if not, then I'll try to do some diplomacy.
Sounds like a plan to me. Do I have anything that will help the tanky? I don't. I have firebolt. I don't have spells.
You're a rouge.
Yeah, but some rouges have spells.
Yes, arcane tricksters, specifically.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of rouge. I'm an assassin.
Too busy thieving.
All right.
Too busy
so
murdering.
I will need
Assassinated
everyone.
with ass assassin sin.
Everyone roll me stealth checks.
Cool.
Do I just do straight rolls because I have no
Yeah.
character sheet? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a
Oh.
commoner.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh no.
2.
Oh, that bodes well. Cool. Well, listen to that one. Oh wait, that's it. Hang on.
Did you roll the wrong dice?
Yes.
Did you roll a d12?
Yes.
That will make a difference. Hopefully.
A little bit. Maybe. Oh, I need to re-ink these. This is coming off. 6.
So we have a 2, a 4, a 6.
That tracks.
22, baby.
Yeah.
I'm basically playing my bagpipes as we go down the hallway.
Oh my
I'm not far
God.
behind you. Just crunch, 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 crunch.
Erasmus, what did you get?
It wasn't good.
Was it as bad as ours?
Honestly.
Let's see. 10.
Okay.
No.
So 4 of the 5 of you fail.
Sounds right.
Shocker.
And as Nelitha slips past, absolutely no trouble whatsoever. But as Sola starts to walk past, you hear from the room, "Hey! Who's there?"
It's Sola.
Sola who?
Sola the halfling?
Oh, right. The little one. Okay. You got more books?
Yeah. I do.
Oh. Well, they're not supposed to stay in this room. We gotta move these. You wanna help?
Yeah, lucky for you, I have some new coworkers who are also here to help move the books. I'm giving them orientation.
Or I didn't get an Did you get an orientation? Do you have a map of this damn place? That's not fair.
No, that's why it's not going well.
Oh. Right. Okay. Roll a persuasion.
Erasmus looks down like, did someone make me have
7.
a job?
I'm getting a different die.
Did somebody make me have a goddamn
Let's just
job?
see how intelligent they are.
Thought you were retired.
Oh, hell no.
The two of them, they're human men, but they're kind of on the small side. And one of them comes to the doorway. Where'd you get more coworkers? There's only like 7 of us, right?
The other end of the tunnel.
Yeah, the end where the beholder doesn't live.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably not your coworkers. And he's trying to muscle past you to look into the hallway. Go ahead and make me a strength check.
Can I hide?
Sure. I'm not even making you roll for it.
You're gonna make me roll for it?
No, I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Oh.
You
Okay.
said 3?
I said 3.
That tracks.
Well, his 8 is going to beat your 3.
No, say it ain't so.
And he's going to muscle past you into the hallway.
Ah!
And looks to either side. And sees nothing because the rest of you are still around the corner.
Oh, thank God.
Are you imagining stuff? I don't see anyone here.
I mean, I could be. It's a lot down here.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay, all right, little weirdo. Sola. Yeah, okay, whatever. Like I'm gonna remember that. Get your ass in here, get some more books, and, take them back. Shit, what way do you go? Left or right? I don't know.
Left.
Just get some books and take them where you're supposed to go. And, yeah. Did you see what those stupid, what were the ones that you killed?
Hobgoblins.
Goblins.
Those stupid hobgoblins were doing with their freaking giant bags and running into the walls.
Oh, are they the ones that rubbed off the chalk marks?
Yes. Assholes. So
not-
if you've got more chalk,
Not very smart.
Yeah.
Not like you guys.
right? That's why you got to get the right guy for the job, and I'm the right guy for the job. Oh,
This is
why
a
do I
fucking
have
Chad.
this job? This sucks. How did I get roped into this beholder stuff, Zola?
Did they perhaps kidnap your family?
Right. Yes, that's right. They kidnapped my family. I'm trying to save my family. Shit, thanks for reminding me. I guess I have to stick around.
Jesus Christ.
Look, we got to take these books. So, yeah, come get the books.
Okay. I'll
And
get some books.
he'll like take you over to a pile in the corner and just start stacking them in your arms.
Eh,
Okay.
please
Yeah.
remember that I'm very small.
Yeah, but you got muscles, and he pats you on the back, and he just
Ah.
about moves them.
Drop all the books.
Right. Okay. Me and Barry here, we're gonna hang out and wait for you to come back and grab some more.
Fucking
Oh.
Barry.
Okay, Barry and Chad.
Yeah, that works. Right. Okay. Yeah, because we're humans, so we're like supervisor types. So,
What?
Can I, whenever like they have turned their backs to like gather books, can I like wave the others on to as this person is distracting them?
yes, and I will let the rest of you make stealth checks with advantage this time.
Oh, good. A flat roll.
Boo.
I wear heavy armor. I go clank clank.
I understand.
So tell me the mechanics of stealth with advantage.
Basically,
Roll 2d. Oh, go
roll
ahead.
twice and take the better.
I love how we all just were like, roll.
Yeah.
Excited.
8.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Herder, you're going to get past with no trouble.
Hell yeah, I am.
Put your bagpipes away.
And I'm going to reveal a little bit down here so that you know where you are.
Because I can see too.
Dark vision.
So you
Wonderful thing.
get around the corner, so you are nicely hidden. Sorry, I'm just double checking this. And Erasmus, what did you roll?
I am rolling right now.
Oh,
It's a strength check, you said?
stealth.
Stealth check. Oh, well, 9. That 9, then, yeah.
9, and that was a 10 for assault.
Ha. 8.
8. Well, he got an
Sweet.
8 on his perception.
And I dumped the books onto the floor. Oh, shit, guys. I
You know,
told you that was too many.
we're gonna let that just roll because that was fun. Roll of cool. You managed to distract him just enough for the others to get by. Barely, but they get by.
Hey, every little bit.
So yeah, we're just gonna wait for those stupid hobgoblins to come back. I don't like them, but they're real strong. So
I wouldn't wait too long.
yeah, no, I don't want to carry books, so I'm gonna wait for them.
Okay.
Besides, you're a
I'll-
strong guy too, right? That's why you have all these books.
Yeah. I'm gonna go now.
Okay, bye.
I
I fake like I'm going left, but then I turn right.
will open the bag of holding just like right at the corner for them to dump them in there. Yeah. Close the bag and then go down the hall to join our friends.
All right. Are you gonna get ahead of them?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't
Like
want
we're fighting that.
I don't want Clanky-Clanky Holy Tanky to be in the front yet.
She also does not very much does not want to be in the front.
Good plan. Good plan. So you're able to go up to the corner.
All right, Sola, you
And-
said you had 7 companions. You had 7 folks down here.
Yeah, so we're down
Um,
to 3
Okay.
other than me.
All right. What kind of coworkers are your other 3?
Let's see, we did the hobgoblins and
How many
the
were there?
humans.
Ew.
2 hobgoblins. Okay,
Yeah.
2 hobgoblins, 2 humans, and what are the other 3?
They're also hobgoblins.
I was gonna say, do they all come in
Ooh.
pairs?
No, because there's well, I don't want to say a threesome.
A
A
trio.
group of 3
Go
more
on.
hobgoblins. A trio.
Go on.
I don't know that much about them. They could be siblings. I don't know.
Oh, now you roll a 19. Fuck you.
So I see dead ends.
Yeah, you go exploring, you find dead ends.
Shit. Okay, I'll go back and go towards the other way, which I think is going to connect into that room.
Yeah, we're going to just open things up to make life easy. And you know what? We'll open that up too, because... Spinning! Stop
Sweet.
spinning! Here we go.
You spin my head right round like a record, baby, right round,
There we
round, round.
go.
Is that the rest of the lyrics?
Yes.
So, Nelitha, you lead the crew around the corner. And you're seeing some more smudgy marks.
Okay.
And in fact, there are fewer smudged marks now, and some that are more clear.
Cool beans.
And if you are heading upwards,
Sure.
you're following the marks. And let me-
I am gonna follow the marks.
Okay. How far do you want to explore before you bring your companions back with you?
I'm
That
gonna
sounds
look-
like a trap.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look up this hallway.
Okay.
And tweet. Keep going.
Okay.
Me and the whole tunnel.
And you get to another, there's a T intersection in front of you.
Okay.
Sola, roll me,
Yes.
let's call it an insight.
It doesn't matter. It's going to be a D20
Yeah,
plus
just roll
nothing.
me a 20. It's fine.
5.
Okay. You're just hanging out. You're following along.
Can I? Oh gosh. Are there traps? I'm getting nervous. We're seeing not smudged marks now.
Go ahead and roll me investigation.
That's not one of my good ones, and not as good ones.
Should we all investigate?
Anyone who's looking for traps can investigate. What was it? Something less than a 20?
No, it was a nat 20 again. This dice is rolling really well when it wasn't rolling well before. That's a 27.
You see absolutely no sign of traps anywhere.
Oh, okay. Shit.
But with that, you also see marks pointing up. So
Okay.
north on the map.
Okay, I'm gonna keep traveling.
And as you head up and north, the hallway gets more steep.
Steep up or steep down?
Down. Roll me just a dexterity check, please. Everyone who's going down this hallway, roll me a dexterity check.
Now I get a 17.
Well, good.
Nat
Sturdy.
1 for
Oh,
a 5. But
You
everyone can add
clunky.
it. But everyone can add a +4 to their deck saves. So there's
clunky
that.
bitch.
Oh man.
Is this a deck save?
Is it a save or a check?
Just a check.
Ah. Then 1.
1. Okay.
8.
Okay, let's go.
8. Okay.
6.
16.
And what did Sola get?
Sola got 17.
Okay. Right. Okay, so Sola and Erasmus are fine. The rest of you have a bit of a slide and tumble. It's not terrible, it's just kind of not very graceful. And you go... And you all sort of dump out into this vast chamber. And you are in
We made it.
the Beholder's original lair.
Do we see a beholder?
Roll me an investigation.
Oh, shit balls.
Investigation or perception?
You know what? I will let you do either one. Whichever one you'd like.
I'd prefer perception.
Go for it then.
Same.
10. This die is not rolling
10.
well. It's pretty, but it doesn't roll well.
13. This die is now cheating and
Okay.
doesn't love me anymore.
So there is not a beholder in there.
Okay.
What there is stacks of books.
the fuck?
Stacks and stacks and stacks of books.
I'm like, well,
I kind of want to move my library down here.
well, I wouldn't. There's too many tunnels.
It's a long walk.
I mean,
Yeah.
once you know which tunnels to go through, it isn't that bad.
That's true. I do think that that you all may have already murdered the beholder.
That would be preferable. It was.
It wasn't
Oh, not
murder.
really.
It was self-defense.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cop to that bullshit. I murdered him.
Well, on that note, with you having potentially murdered the beholder, and now sitting in this Lord Azurus's lair amongst stacks and stacks of books, I think that's a good place for us to stop for this week. We will return in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to have an inventory of at least some of the books because I know Herder's going to want that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few other things that you'll potentially find when you're looking around in here. So, I think
Unlikely
that's-
the way we've been rolling.
Well, maybe put your dice
She's-
in some salt over the weekend. Let them set out in the moonlight and the rain, whatever it takes. Recharge.
She did. She did say
Crescent moons, this is a
potentially.
good one.
Whisper threats to them until they behave.
Put them in the freezer.
Whatever it takes. Make your dice behave, and we'll try it again and see what sort of stuff. we
Look
come up with.
here.
You little shit.
And the good news is that unless you would like to go back through the tunnels, we don't have to do that again.
We can
Okay.
fast travel now.
Oh my god.
We found the waypoint.
We found the chocobos.
And let's see if I can zoom out a little. Just because I was so pleased with the whole thing, it may not let me. This may have to be something that I'll just put in our Discord. Check out the Crits and Knits Discord.
Go to the Discord.
Go to
Join
the
us.
Discord,
Join us.
where I will have this map. This excessive map.
Yes.
I had too much fun doing it. And I have learned things about how to properly use Tabula Sono
Yes.
and how to not break things. And I have, since designing this, learned a little bit more about their different layers and whatnot. So we shouldn't
It's
have
very cool.
quite the delay using Tabula Sono in the future. Anyway, thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope you all had as much fun as we did. It has been a night. It was so good to have everyone back together.
I missed everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we will be back in 2 weeks' time to see what's going on in the Beholder's Lair. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.